Disclaimer, this is not to slander Coolmath games or the devs of these wonderful games. This is merely my critique, as is my First Amendment rights. Also, if you want a free game or several to play, I recommend Coolmath still. It's just not as good as it used to be, but there is still some fun to be had. Also, if you work with Coolmath, please watch fully, because I give an announcement of feedback on how to possibly save your brand. Okay, so back in 2011, I used to, for about 20 minutes a day in kindergarten, used to be allowed to use the computer. When doing so, there was always one website I had in mind: Coolmath Games. Did many amazing games for free: Ninja Painter, Papa's Pizzeria, IQ Ball, Sticky and Ninja Academy, and even the Transmorpher trilogy. I even played it all the way up until 2015, which is when, around the time in my childhood, I became too busy for that stuff anymore, and kind of got bored since a lot of the games were too hard for my weak baby brain. Which I can't deny. I was like 5, or like around the age of 5 or 9 around that time. Recently now, I sometimes have free time in college at the campus. So I'd head to the library and either study if it was my English or Humanities final, or I'd boot up Firefox and begin playing Coolmath. I assumed it'd be a perfect and awesome joy. But there is several issues. Hello, I am Ziphius, your local yapping sea monster. Today, we'll discuss what happened, the what, when, why, and how Coolmath Games has fallen off. So not to sound like the old guy, or maybe... But back in my day, Coolmath Games used to be an exciting thing, and it really felt like a bastion of the old internet, or at least one my dumb baby brain could manage and not be traumatized by. Because again, the only time I used YouTube was when I was listening to the duck song, and then the duck walked up to the lemonade stand, that kind of stuff. So here's my 5 biggest reasons on why I'll say with my whole chest Coolmath Games has fallen off. Reason 1. Ads, and more ads. Hey kids, remember when ads weren't unskippable, or there wasn't 2-part ads? 'Cause Ziphius remembers. I do know Coolmath used to have ads back then, but it wasn't as in your face as it is now. Back then, it just was, just in the corner of the web page. And you didn't need to watch ads in order to use full screen play. Well, because nowadays, you have to do that. Well, not quite. There is an alternative to using full screen without watching ads. But it goes into reason number 2, premium subscriptions. Whatever your thoughts on payment-based subscriptions are, whether you don't have a penny to your name or some random mob billionaire, paid subscriptions, in my opinion, are so overdone. I understand with streaming services, but for something that's been free or apparently since 1997, aka far older than me, then we're gonna have some problems. But you're telling me to pay a fee for something that was free 11 years ago? This is very pathetic. And why I say most don't use Coolmath anymore, because it gives you all these stupid add-ons. No ads at all, like 2011 for me. Yeah, but why should we be paying to play a pizza making game in full screen that used to be free 11 years ago? Well, either we have to watch an ad or we have to pay for a stupid subscription. Nah, it turns this website into literal slop. This doesn't help the fact that ads today are no longer enjoyable because they're just bland and boring product. Especially a letdown with the Super Bowl for the past 2 years. The best we've gotten this year was the most mid-Budweiser one of all time. And the only reason it was good was because it only had 2 things. Nostalgia of being a Budweiser commercial, which were notoriously good, and the friggin' Freebird solo. And do not get me started on the AI-generated ads during the Super Bowl either. This makes me miss Puppy Monkey Baby. Speaking of subscriptions, I need to appease the algorithm. So, if you want, I recommend either liking the video or subscribing to me. Unlike Coolmath, my subscriptions are completely free. Don't cost you any money. I'm not even asking for you to turn on notifications, because your subscription alone will show YouTube that, hey, people like my channel and they like my content. So yeah, we'll get more eyes on my videos, and yeah. Because won't you help a poor sea monster's channel? Now moving from one that I have no sympathy to the owners of the site for, to one that's totally outside of their control. Reason 3. Sorry about that, that's my pigeons cooing. Reason number 3, the Flash crisis. You see, a good amount of games on Coolmath used to run on Adobe Flash, which back in 2021 was discontinued and has now rendered a good portion of their games unplayable. Luckily, they're rectifying this with things like Ruffle and Away FL. So this one will soon hopefully no longer be an issue, which I'm hoping will happen because Transmorphers 2 hasn't gotten its fix yet. It's still unplayable. Plus, Transmorpher 2 was always my favorite because everything was good about it. But also some of the new Flash adjacent systems make the games janky as heck. Like Transmorpher 1. Because you're telling me I can literally end up game overing just because I jumped too high? Like, good lord. Which I'll admit is still most likely outside their control. So I'll give them sympathy on that too. Overall, I will not end this on a bad note, since at least it's functional, and definitely better than like how some websites and the bastions of the old internet haven't fallen off as badly. Because hey, you still got good games on it, like Run 3, still you have Sticky Ninja Academy. There's a lot of good games to play on it, and it still is very, very amazing. It's just I feel like it is a dying form now because of what's happened to it. However, though, I do have plans to do a part 2 in the near future that'll focus on being a speculative video essay about how Coolmath could fully rectify all this, expand their brand, well, not quite expand their brand, but basically allow it to where they can go back to how things used to be with the ads, while still remaining hip with the times. Please and thank you for watching, and so if you work with Coolmath games, please and thank you for watching this, but also please inform every higher up about this and the upcoming part 2, because I will give them advice that will most likely work, and usually should help with no drawbacks. Because I know it will be a little harder than, not worrying about ads and stuff, but it will help them. Believe you me. This has been Zipfius, and I hope you people have an awesome day.